welcome to Tasty Treats. Today we are going to be making Goldfish Chicken Nuggets. Things that we're going to be needing are 1/2 pound boneless chicken breasts, some ranch dressing, some goldfish, and things that we need to make our chicken nuggets: a gallon-size resealable bag, a measuring cup, a sharp knife, and remember, using knives with adult supervision, a baking sheet, parchment sheet, and a mixing bowl. All right, let's get baking. All right, so before we begin anything, we are going to preset our oven to 400 degrees. So you're going to want to tell your adult to set it to 400 degrees so it's preheating, nice and ready for when we want to put our chicken nuggets in. The next step is we're going to take our boneless chicken and we're going to want to wash it, which I've already done. And instead of using a knife, I actually found a pizza cutter that I think works just as good as a knife. So, however big you want your chicken nugget pieces to be, that is how big you're going to cut them. If you are using a knife at home, I recommend making sure that you have adult supervision or you have your adult helping you. I'm just going to slice mine. I kind of like mine a little smaller, so I'm going to make mine tiny pieces. All right, so I have my pieces of chicken right here, and I'm just going to kind of pile them and set them to the side for our next step. All right, our next step, we are going to want to take our ranch, our mixing bowl, that's not a bowl, and our measuring cup. And we are going to be pouring 1 cup of ranch into our measuring cup. All right, and then we're just going to pour it into our bowl. There we go. And now we are going to take our cut up pieces of chicken. Ooh, can you see that? There we go. And we're going to just be putting them into the bowl. You can use your hands for this, you can use a spoon, however you want. And we're just going to be stirring the chicken into the ranch, because the ranch is what's going to make the crushed up goldfish that we'll be doing in our next step. That is what's going to make it stay, like the pieces of goldfish, onto our chicken. Okay, so this is what it should look like. I'm going to let this sit for 5 minutes. While we're letting it sit, we're going to move on to our next step. All right, so our next step, we are going to be taking our bag of goldfish and a resealable Ziploc bag, and we're going to pour our goldfish into it. I always like doing this part. I think it's lots of fun being able to crush up something. Now, we're gonna wanna make sure that the air is out of the bag. So I'm just gonna lay it down like this and zip it. The less air in there, the easier it will be to crush. All right, so now I'm ready to cut. So you can take it with your hands, or you can hit it on the table like that. You want to make sure the pieces are nice and small. And this is, again, you want to go onto our chicken. Do it like this. Good shape. All right, that looks pretty good. So once my timer goes off for my chicken, it'll be time to move on to the next step. All right, so before we begin our next step, I'm going to be taking my parchment paper and I'm going to lay it on my baking sheet. And this just makes the cleaning process a little easier, and it'll make sure that the chicken does not stick to the sheet. All right, so now that I have that, I'm just going to set it aside. I'm going to take my goldfish and my chicken that has been sitting in the ranch dressing for 5 minutes. And I'm going to put a couple of slices, going to make sure that any excess is off it. Now I'm going to put a couple into my goldfish bag. So you don't want a whole lot of ranch on your chicken before you put it in there, because goldfish have to last us. All right, so I'm gonna try to do that. All right, and now, so it's in the chicken, it's in the goldfish I mean. We're gonna just shake it until our chicken is completely dry, or not dry, ooh, I don't know words today. Completely covered with our goldfish. So there we have it. That's what it'll look like. And I'm just going to put it now onto my parchment. Might have to do a little bit of digging. And again, you're going to want to make sure that your pieces of chicken are as covered with the goldfish as possible, because they're goldfish chicken nuggets. We want the goldfish on there. And you're going to repeat this process until all of your pieces of chicken are covered with goldfish. All right, so now I have my tray of goldfish covered chicken, and I'm going to be putting it into my oven for about 15 to 20 minutes, or until your chicken is fully cooked and the goldfish around it are nice and like a brownish color. They start to toast. So I'm gonna go put that in, and I will see you in a bit. Alrighty, so I propped mine out of the oven. They're nice and crispy and ready to eat. I hope you enjoy. I will see you next time. Bye!